Hello, good evening, and welcome. My name is Tanawa. Basically, I think for me, motivation comes naturally. It is a gift that God gave me, and so I use it to uplift others, to motivate others, because part of how I became a motivational speaker was really through talking to myself. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today: how to recover from shattered dreams, how to start afresh in life. There are moments when the good strain of life hits you hard. There are moments when the whirlwind of life engulfs you. The rivers and streams of life swallow you. And the fishes, the Jonah kind of fish, swallow you on your way to Nineveh. Even when you accept to go where you're supposed to go, there are moments when you run into encounters with fish and you find yourself in the belly of a big whale. There are times when we start businesses and our businesses collapse. We raise children and our children turn out another way, or sometimes just go wayward, and so on and so forth. So that moment, perhaps, with its peculiarity, is what I'm talking about: shattered dreams. You had dreams, you had expectations, and when you reach a certain stage, you are going to become somebody. You are going to rise to a certain level of notoriety, of authenticity, of validity, and so on and so forth. So what happens when now those dreams don't become what you thought they would be? Those expectations don't manifest into what you thought they would be. How do you recover from that? So I want to share with you 5 steps you can use to recover from those shattered dreams. Let me sit somewhere here. It's somebody's yard, actually. But there's a bit of noise interference. Okay, let's sit here. All right. So I want to share with you 5 steps you can use. Did I notice my hair is looking like that? Nice. 5 steps you can use to start afresh. The first step is you must accept that your dreams are shattered. And in that acceptance, you must not blame yourself for having had dreams. You see, sometimes we are in a relationship, it fails. We end up blaming ourselves. Why did I fall in love? Falling in love, even the greatest among us fall in love. Why did I move to Texas? You moved because you were ambitious. Why did I go to Paris? You went to Paris because you had a desire. Remember, William Shakespeare said, where desire doth bear, the heart must rule and the mind must obey. So don't blame yourself for having dreams. Accept that your dream is broken. Accept that you did not break it. No one goes and breaks their dreams on purpose. Nobody just bursts their bubble on purpose. Nobody just shatters their dream on purpose. I've never met a person who wakes up and says, I'm going to get myself fired from the job. I'm going to mess up in this relationship so that I'm rejected. I'm going to misbehave so that this and that happens. I have never met such a person. Innocuously and innocently, we find ourselves in activities that cause our dreams to be shattered. So accept that it has happened. I have met people who have been living in denial for so long that the denial has become worse than the broken promises, than the broken dreams. When you live in denial, consequently and consecutively, then that denial will hurt you and harm you. When you don't accept reality, you will be hurt. The story of two frogs. One is thrown into water instantly, hot water, and it jumps out. It leaps out. Another one is thrown into water, cold water, gently, and the water is boiled or warmed or heated up slowly but gently. Eventually the frog doesn't realize that it's now at boiling point, and it ends up dying because it was in rejection of the change in water temperature. Number two, what can you retrieve from your shattered dreams? What is the first instinct that happens to you when you see a lion in the wild? Maybe some of you live in places where you can't even imagine a lion coming to you. Okay. We want to welcome those who are joining us. Cynthia Chungu, thank you. Jairus, welcome. Nachilima, welcome. All of you that are online, welcome. What is the first instinct we have when we see danger? Do you sit there, the lion comes and say, oh, cutie, cutie, humble pie, oh, my sweet, fluffy, fluffy head, and you give it a peck and a kiss? Is that what you do? No. If you had a child with you, you grab your child and you run towards your safety. You run towards rescuing yourself from the harm and danger. So, the first thing is accept that your dreams are shattered. The second thing is say to yourself, what can I rescue from this situation? What can I recover? Many years ago when I was a student, I wrote a quotation. It said, when you drop a pen, make sure you pick up a pencil. In other words, the relationship is broken, but what lessons did I learn from that son of a gun? Okay? Yes, I've been fired, but what good things did I come out with? Yes, my house is burnt, but did I retrieve the chip of my laptop? What lessons, what valuable things, what positive attributes have I come out through the breaking of these dreams? That's why, personally, I have a problem with 40-year-olds, 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds, men or women, who are absolutely without wisdom. Even if you are poor at 40, 50, at least have some wisdom. These days, even at 30 years old, you are grown. Actually, even 25 years old these days, you are grown, because by 10, the things people are doing at 10 years old these days is absolutely shocking. So, I refuse that a person can be that grown and have no wisdom. You mean for all the hell you went through, you never came up with any kind of wisdom? You never came up with any kind of anecdotal evidence that you are a survivor? What have you retrieved from your bad experiences? And even if you went through dark clouds, you mean there was no silver lining whatsoever in your dark clouds? Just a minute. Make, sorry. Mami. Nipe mpako, nilikopa phone, nipe pani. Sorry. Nipe mpako, mami. Ka volume, che. Pepani. Sorry. What wisdom have you gotten from the things that you went through? Colin says, watching you from Afghanistan, you're welcome. Kabul or where? I don't know where you are. What wisdom, what knowledge, what can you pass on to others? Even a person who was lost in the middle of the night and couldn't find his way, trust me, by the time the sun rises, that person must be able to give the next traveler, the next researcher, the next adventurer, some kind of snippets and anecdotes and wisdom about how to maneuver in the night. So number one, accept that your dreams are shattered. Number two, what can you retrieve? Number three, did you really think that this was the only thing you needed in order to make it? Who told you that lie? Who lied to you that this person who has just divorced you, who has just dumped you, this was the only person who could help you cross the River Jordan or cross your Red Sea? Sometimes the dreams we have are not even that valid. Sometimes the things we are chasing are not even the right things for us. If I look at some of the people in my past that I absolutely perceived as messiahs of my destiny, some of whom have shattered my dreams, some of whom lied to me, some of whom did not fulfill even quarter of what they promised, not even half, not even an iota of what they should have fulfilled in my life. But when I look at how God has blessed me in spite of the fact that I crossed over without them, despite the fact that they are not here to see or to participate in my life as it is now, I then realize that maybe I overestimated my confidence in certain people. Or maybe I over-invested my trust in certain organizations. Or maybe I over-depended on the lies or the sweet talk, the pimp kind of talk from certain people. So in other words, there are certain dreams God has not allowed us to fulfill because God was saving us for something better. Because God was preserving us for something better. Several years ago, I was supposed to be on a particular trip. Actually, let me not even use my example. Several years ago, 1993-94, a Zambian footballer by the name of Kalu Shabwalia was supposed to be on a certain trip with fellow footballers going to Gabon to play for an African Cup of Nations football match. And on their way to Libreville, Gabon, the plane that was carrying our great, gallant KK-11 football players crashed. The Buffalo plane crashed, killing all on board, including great pilots, great people. May their souls rest in peace. But there was one man who missed his flight whilst trying to get on that flight to Gabon. And his name is Kalu Shabwalia. And he is still alive today. We thank God for the souls that perished, and may they rest in eternal peace. We are not talking about them. But we are talking about Kalu Shabwalia. He missed his flight, but his missing that shattered dream was his ushering him into another area of life. Some of the turns you have missed in your life were not misses. They were God's misdirection into new areas, into new destinies. Number 4, what new networks can you make? Yes, you have accepted that your dream is shattered. Yes, you have retrieved some wisdom and whatever remnant that God has allowed you to keep. Yes, you have now said, you know what? I may have over-deposited my trust. But now that I'm here in my new place, what are the new things I can do in my life now? There's a scripture that says, behold, I'm about to do a new thing in your life. Another scripture says, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, that is what God has prepared for those people that God absolutely and truly loves. Another scripture, Romans 28, says, all things work out together for the good of those that love him. I think it was Jeremiah who said, for I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I have drawn you with my loving kindness. There is no way God can put you in the desert without introducing you to a camel. There is no way God can put you in Australia without introducing you to an Eskimo. There is no way God can take you to Louisiana without introducing you to a Red Indian. There is no way you can find yourself in Namibia without finding the natives of Namibia and how they survive. There is no way God can take you to Western Province without God introducing you to the Lozes. There is no way you can go to Luapula Province without eating Chisense. What new networks can you create right where you are? People always ask me, Vita, how do you make it? How do you stay positive all the time? Vita, why don't you complain? Why don't you criticize this one or that one? Why don't you go on a rampage and say this and say that? I say to them, I do so because I have new networks. Wherever God takes me, He gives me new people to take care of me, new friends to network with, to enrich my life. So I want you to open your mind to new people. Open your heart to new people. Respect the new relationships that God has placed you with. And last but not least, number 5, how to start afresh, how to recover from shattered dreams, is permit yourself to take charge. Permit yourself for once to take full charge of your life. Say to yourself, I believed baloney. I believed BS. I believed lies. But now, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of who I'm becoming. I'm in charge of who I used to be. I'm in charge of where I'm going. And I take full responsibility for where I'm coming from. People will even judge you. No, you used to be a prostitute. Yes, I did it. But now I'm in charge. You used to be a thief. Yeah, I did some crazy mama jama stuff. But now I'm in charge. Doesn't your past bother you? No. My future motivates me. But you were declared bankrupt. Yes. But my wisdom is beyond the money that I lost. But people don't want you anymore. Yes. I want myself now. But you have been rejected. Absolutely. Because they don't know how great I am. But people are gossiping behind your back. Yes. That's because they are beneath me. But you never become what they said you would be. Yes. Because they don't know who God said I could be. When you give yourself that permission to start afresh, when you grant yourself honor, hope, dignity, when you say to yourself, I'm now in charge, we can then say, no weapon formed against you will prosper. All those who rise up against you will fall. When you tell yourself, I'm in charge, it means you're now in charge of your money, your hope. Dominic says, what I'm going through right now, God bless you, big man. I missed a very rare opportunity yesterday. Where yesterday, Dominic? Oh, okay, I get you. You missed some rare opportunity yesterday. Oh, anyway, I don't know the details, but thank you, Dominic. Moses says, you are directly talking to me. May God continue to be with you in everything that you do. May God bless you too. So, guys, we are in charge. But how come you're doing this? You are broke, busted, and disgusted. Yes, but I'm in charge. You are a widow. Yes, but I'm in charge. You are a divorcee. Yeah, yes. If you knew what I was going through, you too would have, okay, let me leave that alone. May God bless you, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. See you tomorrow if you're joining us for the land viewing tomorrow. We are going to see land. Okay, so God bless you, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. This is your friend and brother Movita now. I'm out. God bless you. Good night. Bye-bye.